I really think that Kristen and Zack did a good job of handling this situation because they basically pointed out that people are talking about this. Like, this is a thing. This is a storyline, basically, without saying it. People are talking
Right.
about this, but we still have your back.
Welcome to We Wine Whenever. Grab your glass and join three Jersey Shore housewives, Wendy, Kelly, and Lori, as they dive into everything from Bravo drama to life's everyday chaos. It's unfiltered, it's hilarious, and it's the real talk you've been waiting for, from relationship to pop culture. We drink wine whenever, and we hope you do too. Don't forget to subscribe and give us a 5-star review. Cheers!
Hi, welcome to We Wine Whenever. I'm Kelly.
I'm Wendy.
And tonight we're talking about The Valley, Season 3, Episode 9, Till Death Do Us Part. We'd like to request that you follow us and on Instagram, subscribe to YouTube, share, like, 5-star reviews, all the things. And we appreciate it if you've already done so. And I have to say, it was just brought to my attention. We mentioned it in an earlier podcast that somebody had left us a voicemail on Pod Page, which we didn't even know you could do. So nice to hear from that woman. She lives in Orlando now, lived in the Bronx, I believe. And
Yes.
yeah. So anyway, we talked about her in the prior podcast, but we love feedback. Like, even like the reviews, like the things you guys say, it's just so nice to hear and see. And thank you. We appreciate it.
Yeah, we appreciate it. We definitely appreciate it.
So the episode starts with Luke and Kristen on a date night. And I liked this scene because not a lot happened. However, Kristen does kind of confirm, like, she's happy that they had their conversation in San Diego. And, she understands he's a new dad too. And like all the things we were saying, she kind of
Yes.
reiterated to him, which was nice.
You
So
could
they
see
seem
she
like
was
they're in a
truly
much better
happy.
place. Yes. Yeah.
Yeah,
Listen, postpartum is no joke. No joke.
it's no
And it's
joke.
your first baby. You have no clue what you're doing. And you can't decide how you're going to parent a child together until you have that child, let's face it, because you don't even know what decisions you have to make. I mean, obviously the big ones, school and stuff like that, but like you don't know what that baby's coming with. My son
You
had to
don't.
have major surgery at 2 weeks old because he had something called pyloric stenosis, and Eric and I, of course, had never heard of that before. I'd give him a bottle and he'd throw it up across the room. I'm like, "What is this kid's problem?" We kept
Yeah.
changing formula. Like, we didn't know he needed to have major surgery at 2 weeks old, go under anesthesia, general, and
Which
my
is
husband wanted
terrifying.
terrifying. He looked like a little sick bird. Eric, of course, when our pediatrician said he needs surgery, Eric was like, "We're going to CHOP." And my doctor was like, "You don't have time to go to CHOP. You need to get to Jersey Shore, like, now." It was frightening. But so these
That's
are the things
scary.
that come up and you don't know. Like,
Right.
thank God my
No,
sister
that's
was on
scary.
vacation. I dropped Tess off. It was a nightmare. Anyway, not to make this about me, but I'm happy that they're in a better place. It's interesting how ride or die Kristen and Luke are for Danny and Nia. And I like it. Kristen tells Luke that Lala brought up Danny at the brunch, and they both agree that Danny and Nia have been essential to them on being new parents. And,
I listen, they have been, and I love that, like you said, I love that they're ride or die for them, because that's
yeah.
what good friends do. That's what good friends do. They have each other's backs, and there's nothing wrong
And
with that.
people are coming at us in our comments for defending Danny. And, please understand that we agree that Danny hasn't shown the best side of himself and hasn't been the kindest to Nia. We personally feel that he does that while he's under the influence of alcohol. If that's not the case, then we stand corrected and Danny needs some heavy therapy. But they do seem like, it's their dynamic, and like she said, like, they go to therapy, they work it out, and that's what a healthy relationship is that if you can
Yeah.
acknowledge that there's a flaw and go to a third party to help you fix it, really.
I mean, at their age and when we were their age, who doesn't drink, right? And who doesn't
Right.
drink too much sometimes and act stupid? Like Nia has pointed out, they all have done it. They've all done
Yeah.
it, right? It just so happens that when Danny does it, he is disrespectful to his wife and to other females. That's what
Right.
Danny's pattern
It's
is.
probably everyone in general, just his friends aren't calling him out on it. The guys
Right.
aren't. Yeah, you saw Jesse. Jesse was lips were locked. He wasn't saying
Right.
anything.
Jesse was not another one. He's another good friend to him. He's a ride or die. He's not going to badmouth his friend. He's not going to do
No,
it. He's not.
no.
And, we're not saying that his actions are good. We're just saying that he's made a mistake and he's correcting it and he owns it. And that's what I don't understand with Lala and Janet, because they're saying he's not owning it. He apologized for it and he owned it. So how is he not owning it? How is he
Yeah, and
not owning it?
you know what's interesting? We're finding all of this information out about Jax, right?
Right.
Clearly,
I
they
mean,
were all ride or die for Jax.
right.
Clearly, Jason was that friend who wasn't going to call Jax out on his behavior because he and Janet were still riding for Jax last year. All of this stuff coming out about Jax, we didn't know because nobody was calling him out on it. Certainly not on the show.
No.
So it's kind of hypocritical.
No, I agree. It is hypocritical. It is hypocritical. And
Yeah.
I think if they know about the problem and if they're dealing with it themselves with their own relationship and Nia's okay with it and that's it. Like it doesn't need to
Right.
be everyone else's business.
Exactly. Exactly. They're not saying it's not happening. They
Right.
don't want it to be a storyline and they're
Right.
dealing with it.
Right. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I don't.
So Michele and Lala go hiking, and Michele starts talking about the $300,000 SBA loan that Jesse took during COVID. She did
Well,
not know about it.
that was a shock. We did not know about this.
We did not know about this, and now it's in collection and 30 grand of interest on top of it because they haven't made a payment. So
He hasn't made
basically,
a payment.
he hasn't made a payment, but he told her like, "Hey, by the way, I took this loan and I mean,
And
listen,
I
I don't
spent it.
know. He spent it, but I don't like is her name must not be on it because that would mean that he would have forged her name. So and I don't think he would do that. I guess just the fact that he took the loan out while they were married makes her responsible for half of it and she's willing to eat it. She's like, "Okay, well, I guess I have to pay $150,000 just to divorce this guy." So, God bless her. She
I was
says
shocked. I was so shocked by this whole thing, to be quite honest with you. It makes
I
me
gotta
like
be
Michelle
honest with
even
you, me
more.
too. Me too, me too. It's like, somebody else, who else did that? Just walked away. Well, it doesn't matter.
I mean,
But
she's been saying for 2 years that she doesn't want anything from him.
she gave him
She
the
doesn't
house.
She gave him the house. She doesn't want any she keeps saying this, and I'm like,
Yep.
What is the holdup?" And now we find out what the real holdup is, and she's like, "Not only am I giving you the house and I don't want anything from you, I'm gonna personally sign for
Mhm.
half of your debt that you spent all the money on God knows what, because that's how much I want this to be over."
Yeah,
You
and
know
then
what?
she goes on to say that he couldn't pay $200 for his portion of Isabella's health insurance. And Lala's like, "How is he buying these shoes and, all this stuff?" And they're basically saying, like, Lacey must be paying for it, which, who knows? I mean, him not giving her $200 towards his own daughter's health insurance, to me, it sounds like that might have been out of spite more than anything.
How could he be that spiteful I mean, come on.
Maybe that was, like, prior to her saying, like, "Fine, I'll pay half the loan," you know? I
It could
know.
be.
I think it's crazy.
I mean, Lacey's gonna be on 2 T's. She's gonna be in the twat seat, or she may have already been. I saw them advertising it. I'm gonna listen to that because I wanna hear what she has to say.
Who is?
Lacey is gonna be
Lacey?
on
Oh,
Lacey.
I will listen to that.
It may have
See, the
happened
only
already, but
problem
I didn't hear it yet.
so we know Teddy's friends with Jesse, like, they're good friends. So, I feel listen, I'll try to listen to it, but if they start, like, I don't think Lacey's the type, but I feel like Teddy hasn't been fair. I haven't listened to 2 T's in a long time, but I feel like Teddy's a little unfair towards Michele because of her relationship with Jesse. So, if it starts leaning that way, I'm not gonna listen to it. But I do feel like Lacey tries to take I don't know I don't know Lacey other than on the show. I think on the show, Lacey tries to take the high road and put out the persona that she's just very easy to get along with. She'd love to co-parent peacefully, but we don't know Lacey off camera, so we don't know
No, that's true, and that is the persona that she puts, that she
for
has not
sure.
badmouthed Michelle, and
Right.
people have said if Lacey is paying for his lifestyle, this is a very expensive audition for her to be on reality TV.
Absolutely.
I listen, we know that she wanted to be on Orange County Housewives, she wanted to be on
Yep.
reality TV, but I don't think she's dumb, and I said this last
Oh,
week, I
no.
said this, she's not dumb, and like I said, he needs her more than she needs him. Whether she wants to be on reality TV or not, he still needs her more than she needs him. So she's still
Because
in a
here's the
position of
thing,
power.
100%. She doesn't need to be on reality TV to pay her
Right.
bills. He's paying her
No.
bills. He needs to be on reality TV to pay his bills. He might be
Right.
some top real estate agent, but he's not Maurizio.
Mm-mm.
He's not Josh Flagg. You know what I mean?
No.
He's
No.
and he's in he's you know, he needs the reality TV show to pay his bills. She doesn't. He definitely needs her more than she needs him. But it is a nice perk for her to date him and be on a reality TV show if this is what, you know. And
And
she so
listen,
far she looks good. So far she looks good.
she looks good. And like I think I told you, Kristen is very close with her. Brittany is close with
Mhm.
her. The cast likes her, except for
Yeah.
Michelle. And honestly, and Lala. But I think, I don't know. I like Michelle, I do, and I give her a lot
Yeah.
of credit. I give her a
Well,
lot of
after
credit.
this episode, I mean,
Yeah, I give her a lot of
yeah.
credit.
Yeah. Yeah, me too. So Zach goes over to Kristen's house and they're waiting for Nia to come over. She says she thinks Danny's extra. And if you don't find him funny sober, you're definitely not going to find him funny drunk. I think that's a very nice way for her to put that some people can't handle Danny when he's drunk.
I mean, I do agree with her, though. I think he is extra. I mean, he is Danny. Like,
Here's my thing though. People are saying like, "Oh, I can't imagine him behind closed doors." And you and I kind of both agree that this behavior typically just comes out when he's under the influence. We saw the next day when they were in San Diego, and we talked about this last week, when they were on that safari truck and Nia was freaking out about the baby not being in the shade, and
right. That was
he didn't
her.
he didn't go back at
He didn't
her.
say anything.
He
No,
didn't
and that was
say
her
like,
being
"Shut the
crazy.
fuck
Right,
up." Like,
right,
I can assure you that if I was acting the way Nia acted to Eric while we were on something like that, that conversation would have went very differently between Eric and
right,
I than it did
right.
that Nia and Danny. And I thought he just took it and was like, "Okay, okay, all right, let's do this."
Yeah. Let's figure
Like
this
I
out. Like, okay.
Yes, yes, and I think that that kind of proves that it's when he's under the influence of something, and again, Lala said that, Lala pointed that out, and she was 100% right. Danny just shouldn't drink, he just shouldn't drink.
Danny shouldn't drink. And actually, Danny says this when Nia tells him what Kristen and Zack told her is that, Danny says, maybe I shouldn't drink around this group of friends. I think that's a good plan, Danny.
Well, that's the other problem. They're typically all they're always having parties and drinking together. Like, maybe
Right,
don't do that all the time.
right. Because Zack and Kristen, and when they're having the whole conversation with Kristen and Jasmine, they're both drunk too. And this
Oh my
is
god.
so typical of what happens, right?
Yes. Yes, yes.
So it's like the pot calling the kettle black,
Yep.
and they're still trying to make Danny out as the villain,
Yes.
and it's not. I get it. I get why Nia feels the way she does. I get why
Yeah.
Danny feels the way he does. I do. I get it. I'm not saying that his actions are right. I don't think that when he's drunk, some of the things he says, and he admits it, they're not nice.
Yeah. 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 So Nia shows up. Zach and Kristen tell her that they went to lunch with Lala and Brittany. And Lala said Danny was drunk and not talking nice to Nia. Now, Nia definitely downplayed it in this moment. She said Danny apologized to Lala. Zach
He
says he
did.
thinks that, yeah, he did. And Zach thinks that Lala was coming from a good place. They asked Nia if Danny knows that he acts like a fool when he's drunk. And she says yes. she's kind of not letting Zack speak at this moment, but I really think that Kristen and Zack did a good job of handling this situation because they basically pointed out that people are talking about this. Like, this is a thing. This is a storyline, basically, without saying it. People are talking
Right.
about this, but we still have your back. I feel
No,
like that was put
that's
out
what
there,
they
right?
did. That's
Yeah.
what they did. And that's what they did. And honestly, I feel like as much as I don't like the fact that Lala went to Kristen and said that she's the one who needs to do this, I don't like that she did that. I don't like that she put that on Kristen. I don't. I don't think it's fair. I don't think it's fair because she knows how close Kristen is with Nia. And Lala and Kristen just found their way back to each other after many years being apart. Right?
Right.
I don't like that Lala did that, but that being said, I feel like Lala, of all the people there, is the one that can call out Danny on his behavior because she is a recovering alcoholic.
For sure.
So it's a very catch-22. It's a very tricky situation. I think if she wants to really call Danny out on it, then she needs to have the conversation with Danny. But when we see coming up in the next episode, I think she tries to have the conversation with Danny. I don't know, but Nia blocks her.
Yeah.
And Lala says she was like a linebacker blocking me.
Yeah.
Because listen, it's her man and she's going to protect him. And you know what? I would do the same thing. You would do the
Well,
same
not
thing.
only that, I totally agree with you. It's the second year in a row now that this is a storyline. We did this
Right.
already, Lala. Like, did you think that because you were Lala, you were gonna come in and do what Janet did last year, and it was gonna be a different response? Like, listen, we get it.
Right.
Danny shouldn't drink. Danny's an asshole when he drinks. Danny's not nice to Nia when he drinks. That's between Danny and Nia.
Right.
He's not
But people
physically
say,
abusing her. He's not
right.
like
That's why Lala was brought in. That's what people say. That's
I
why
think that
Lala
Lala
was
was
brought
brought
in.
in because, one, they got rid of Jax and they needed like a bigger presence, right? And Lala's got that presence.
Oh, she definitely
So,
has that presence.
and I think that
And she has Janet's back.
she does. I don't get it, man. She rides hard for Janet. It irks the shit out of me. I would like Lala so much better if she didn't ride so hard for Janet.
Yeah.
Janet is horrible. Even if Janet is 100% right about the whole Danny thing, she's still horrible. Horrible.
No, I'm with you on that. Even watching the whole thing with Jason and his knee, and we find out his knee isn't connected to something. He needs his surgery, and he's going to be down for 8 to 9 months. And he's like in tears about the whole thing. Like, how is Janet going to handle me and Cameron? And I have such this great bond with Cameron. The whole time I'm watching this, I'm thinking to myself, "Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me?"
It was it was crazy. That
You thought the same
whole
thing.
s
I wasn't the only one that thought that.
absolutely.
I was like, "This
Where
is the
is it? I'm
craziest
trying to
thing."
find it because I don't wanna I know we're jumping around, but that's
I
fine,
know.
but I'm just trying to see what because that was like, I mean, listen, am I just too used to Jersey guys? Am I just too used to East Coast guys where it's
I
like,
think
"Listen, I
yeah,
fucked my knee up. I'm gonna have surgery. You
right,
are gonna cook, you're gonna clean, you're gonna go to work, you're gonna take care of our kids, and you're gonna help me out because I fucked my knee up." Like,
right, you're
am
gonna
I
figure it out.
you gonna figure it out.
Right, right. When
That's
I
what
was
you do,
watching
and
that
that's why I
right,
married you. I must
right.
be jaded. I
I know, when he
cannot.
was, like, in tears over the fact that Janet was gonna have to take care of him and their son alone, I was like and he was gonna lose his bond with his son because his son's looking at him because he can't pick him up. Well, why can't you pick him up? First of all, there's nothing wrong with your arms. You can certainly pick him up. I mean, seriously, you're
I
not a quadriplegic.
God
I mean,
forbid,
are
God
we watching
forbid.
the same thing? Like, what
That's
is
what I'm
going on, Nathan?
saying. I mean, listen, he ripped a tendon. His quad and patella are no longer attached. It's wild that
Okay.
he even did that. Like, and I believe it. I believe it because, once you age out of basketball, you age out of basketball.
Yes, I believe it
Um,
too. I believe it too. It probably hurt like hell. but freaking
But,
get
oh
over
my
like,
god,
move on
the sense of overwhelmment that he had, that his wife had to actually take care of her kid
by yourself.
and help her husband because he's having surgery. I
It
mean,
honestly, I was like, "This is the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen."
I tend to agree with you. I
Okay.
100% agree with you on that. That was crazy.
I mean, he was literally in tears.
In tears, in tears.
And honestly, I liked Jason, and I felt like I liked because that's past tense.
I
I
agree,
felt
I agree.
like watching Janet interact with him while they were at the doctor's appointment, it's like she was acting. I so felt like this whole thing was so staged and
I
so
feel like
much
she's acting
acting.
every scene she's acting. Every scene
Yes.
she's in.
Like, just
Horrible,
be
she's
real.
horrible. Yeah, exactly. You're on a reality
I
TV
mean,
show.
the guy's a lawyer. He can still work. He's a
Absolutely. He
lawyer.
could right. He
He's a
could
lawyer.
work remote. We all
He
did
can
it through
st
COVID. My
right.
bosses
He
did
could
it.
he could still work. He could still bring in income. He could still pick up his son. He cannot run around with his son, but he can still
Right.
pick up his son.
Right.
I mean, give me a
Crazy.
break. I don't know. It annoyed me. Honestly, it annoyed me. And I
Did
shouldn't
he
get
say,
that
like, "This
annoyed.
is the worst thing that's ever happened to me. I guess that means I've
He
lived a
did.
charmed life"? He said that, yeah.
Yes, he said that. He did say that. I was like,
Oh,
"What?"
God.
No.
So Brittany's having a crab boil, and God bless her because she's doing it the night before her surgery. I would be laying in bed. I would be watching TV. I would not be entertaining anybody. That
I
is
know, I
faux
agree.
show. The
That
cake
just
that
shows
Zack brings in,
oh my gosh, loved it.
the
That
rest in
shows how
peace.
Kentucky she is. That shows how Kentucky she is, right?
You're
That
right.
she is a Kentucky muffin to
Yeah.
her core. That's who she is.
Yeah,
That
she's gonna
crab
host
boil?
everybody else.
Yep.
Yeah. I'd
Oh,
like
the
to do a
cake was
seafood boil.
we could do one.
We should do a seafood boil.
Mhm.
Alright. Well, the gazebo's gonna be done soon, so
Oh,
we
that'd
could
be
be
great.
doing
And
there.
Bill's in for a seafood boil.
Yeah, I think we're gonna do that. We're gonna put that get that together.
Yeah. No,
Yeah,
I give
so
Brittany a lot of credit.
oh, for sure. So the rest in peace on the boobies for the cake, amazing. Nia feels awkward going into this, and I don't blame her at all. I did notice that
I
Danny
don't
wasn't
either.
with her, right?
Well, no,
You
because it
notice
was only
Danny?
the girls. It's always only the
Oh,
girls and the
that's
gays.
right. That's
It's
right.
always the
That's
girls.
right.
It's always
Zach
the
was the
girls and the
only one that
gays.
yeah, 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 yeah. Okay.
Yes. It's always the girls and the gays.
Okay, listen, Zach, I cannot get enough of Zach this season. When he was listening to Janet talk about
Oh
how
my
she and
god.
Jason cannot have sex, and then she is not giving him a blowjob, and Zach's like, "Call me."
I was
Oh, wait,
dying. I was
I think
dying.
I'm blocked.
I was dying. I was dying.
He's so funny. He is so funny.
I love that how much Zach is there for Brittany and
Yes.
Kristen. Zach
Yes.
is the best gay best friend
Mhm.
ever to everyone he's friends with. And the sad part for Janet, because Janet used to be friends with him. She's missing out, not him.
She is.
She's the one who's missing out because Zach is a fabulous friend. He will be
Yeah.
there to pick you up when you have surgery. He will be there to hold your tits. He will be there to pull your hair back when you're vomiting. He will be there to blow your husband when you can't.
Exactly. I mean, what more could
Or
you
won't.
want from a friend? That is the
I mean,
ultimate sacrifice. Amazing.
100%. Exactly.
Ultimate sacrifice. Oh.
I love Zach. I love Zach.
I mean, Nia's a second runner-up because she announces that she made a meal chain for Brittany,
And
which is
Lala's
always
like,
a nice
what is
thing.
that? It's so nice. Lala had no idea what
Lala
it was.
Lala's has not entered her PTO mom stage yet. She'll get there.
No.
But once you're in a
no.
PTO mom stage, you know all about the meal chains. You know all about the meal chains. She'll get there. I love that Brittany looks at this surgery as basically getting rid of anything that Jax can hold over her, and her boobs being
Yes.
one of it, because you know, he was hard. He was, even when they were talking about size on VPR, and he was like, "Well, I'm paying for them. I should have a say." He was so serious in that moment when he said
He
that.
was.
It wasn't a joke.
Wasn't a joke.
It wasn't a joke. So I'm excited for her, and Lala gets emotional and says that she's excited for Brittany to finally feel the way everyone sees her. Like, that's the thing. Like, I don't like how Lala rides for Janet, but she's a good friend. Lala, she is a good friend,
Yeah,
which
she is a good friend, but I
leads me
thought
to
it was a little
believe that Sheena's the reason
slighted.
that they're not.
I thought it was a little slighted that she was saying that she needs to have plastic surgery for her to see her the way everyone else sees her.
Yeah, I think that. Listen, I think that Brittany heard for so long that she looked a certain way by her husband.
Because of Jax, Jax was a
Yeah,
shit. No, 100%.
yeah.
Jax was definitely a
So
shit.
she
He was
probably
no
unfortunately
confidence
does feel
booster.
like right, she
Yeah.
has to
He
do
was
that to yeah.
I want Brittany to feel well. I want Brittany to feel comfortable in her own skill. I want her skin. I want her to be confident in who she is because honestly, there is nothing about Brittany that is unkind. She has no malintent in anything she does. She is 100%, like I said, a Kentucky muffin. She has
Right.
all good intentions. If something
Yeah.
comes out of her that is not correct, it was not intentional. It's not
Right.
intentional. She doesn't have malice in her heart.
Right.
And there's not a lot of people like that. There's not a lot of
No.
people like Brittany out there.
No.
There's not.
No.
I wanna say she's innocent and she's naive, and she is.
Yeah, I think there's some naivety, whatever the word is. I think there's
Naivete.
some yeah.
Yeah.
But, I have always maintained that she knew who Jax was when she married him, but, I kinda take that back because I didn't even know the half of it, obviously, because why would I? I'm just a viewer. He
Right.
must have been horrendous to live with. He must have been I mean, listen, I'm gonna assume that there was some physical abuse there, but the emotional abuse alone would be enough for someone to
Mhm.
just I mean, he just talk about breaking somebody.
No, I
Like,
totally agree.
yeah,
I
he
mean,
was
the fact that Cruz is doing so well now that he's not in
speaks
the house.
speaks
Right.
volumes, pun
Right.
intended. Like, this boy probably saw so much he was afraid to say or do anything.
Yeah. I'm so happy that she has Zack in her life and
Yeah.
Kristen because we see, like, they take her for surgery, they bring her home from
Yeah.
surgery. God, you need friends like that. You need friends like
Yeah.
that. You do.
So,
You can't
I
do it
didn't
on your own.
yeah, no, I totally agree with you. I didn't understand, like, Jasmine takes a bottle of wine, and
Oh my
it's
gosh.
Opus, so it's like
Opus
I
one.
listen, they could be $300-400. Yeah, it's an expensive bottle of wine, but Nia
I did
started
not
kinda,
know
like,
that.
freaking out about it. I knew Opus was expensive, but when Nia started making, like, such a big deal, I was like, "Well, how much is this wine?" And I Googled it, and there are bottles, like, $300-400. I don't know if that one was, but there are some. But, I just felt like it was like and here Brittany's like, "Oh, I don't know, like, whatever." Like,
I'm not drinking it. Who cares?
Brittany didn't even know she had a $300 bottle of wine there.
No. And Brittany did not care. She did
She
not care
didn't
either way.
care.
Right. And then
Yeah.
Lala says that's the only thing she got from her separation.
Yeah,
Okay, well, that's sad on you, Lala, but okay.
exactly. Zack tells Lala that they talked to Nia and she doesn't like to hear certain things and that Danny apologized to her. And Lala says, "This isn't about me. It's about the way Danny speaks to Nia." Well, honestly, Lala, it's not really your business.
Right,
Like, what you said to Danny was great. What you
right,
used your personal experience and, you as a person in recovery, you should know that you say what you say. You don't keep harping on it because that person has to get to a place. And I'm not saying Danny needs a recovery. I mean, I am saying Danny shouldn't drink, but I'm just saying that as a person in recovery, you know that there's only so much you can say until that
right.
person's ready to do what they need to do. That's it.
And you made your point, and if his wife is okay with it, then that's it. It
Right.
stops there. Don't make
Right.
any other. Like, just let it go.
Right. So I guess at this point, they're all outside and Nia brings it up. So Lala, Zach, and Kristen went
And
outside
Kristen.
and
Yes.
Nia finally follows and Jasmine and Nia brings it up And Lala says, I'm not in your marriage, but I didn't like the way he spoke to you. And he's putting you in a vulnerable position. And Nia says that they're in therapy and we're good.
Right.
And that's it.
That's all it needed
And
to be.
that's all it needed to be. And then Jasmine did something, and Kristen said Jasmine is drunk. And Jasmine did not like that
No.
Kristen said she was drunk.
So
And
this is what
then
I got out of that. Jasmine felt a way about what happened last year with Danny, how it didn't get the same attention that
right,
until Lala came into the group,
right,
right? Even though I feel like Jasmine, it did get the same attention until Jasmine said, enough is enough. He's apologized
right,
and I've moved on, right?
100%.
Like
Yes,
that's
I
what
agree
actually
with you.
happened. But at this moment, she's not feeling that. And Kristen is calling her out and saying, you're drunk. And
Right.
she was drunk. And
Because
Kristen was
she
probably
didn't
drunk
really
too.
she was saying it in her confessional. She was saying it under her breath. She was saying it in her confessional, but she wasn't saying it out loud for any of them to hear because I don't think that she, listen, I'm buzzing right now because I haven't drank in over a week and I'm having a glass of wine. Like when you're under the influence of alcohol, no matter how much,
Right,
sometimes you can't articulate the best. And I don't think Jasmine was articulating it in that moment sitting outside.
right,
But in her confessional, she was. And under her breath, I think she probably thought she was.
right,
So she was saying that everyone was validating Lala's triggers this year, but didn't validate hers last year. And I agree with you. I feel like they did. I feel like if it weren't for what Danny did to Jasmine last year, his behavior wouldn't have been that much in question. I think they 100% validated it. And that's what prompted the whole thing. Like,
right.
Danny's
I think so
inappropriate.
too.
Danny's this,
Right, right. I think they did validate it. And Jasmine is the one who shut it down. But
right.
Jasmine, and listen, this is Jasmine's right to have this feeling, right? This
Mhm.
is my thought. And she says it in her confessional. I am a Black woman. I am a gay person. I am a woman, right? All those three
Right.
things. And she feels, and I get it, she feels marginalized by those three things. And she doesn't feel
Yes.
like it was addressed properly. But it was addressed until she shut it down. But I can
Right.
see where she's seeing that when Lala comes in, who is a straight white woman with a loud mouth, which is who Lala is,
Yep.
it comes across a different way. That being said, I was very glad to see her and Kristen have the sit down after this happened when they were all
Yes.
sober and her explain to Kristen how she felt about the situation
Right.
and for Kristen to apologize and say, listen, I hear you. I don't want you to feel that way.
Right.
Right?
She did. She was
What,
totally receptive. She thanked her for
right.
telling her. Like, that conversation couldn't have gone better, I thought.
That's what needs to happen, though. That's what adults
Yes.
do, right?
Conflict resolution.
Right, right. And not when you're drunk, right? Because Kristen
No.
was
See,
trying to
that's the
tell her, and
yeah.
right, when you're drunk, you can't have these conversations. When there's alcohol
No.
involved, you can't have these conversations. You have to
I mean,
wait.
think about your own relationship. Like my husband hasn't drank in over 5 years. Or almost, excuse me, almost 5 years. So if I have had a couple of glasses of wine and we try to have a conversation and it goes left because of me, it's because of me.
Right,
I'm not comprehending, I'm not articulating, I'm not,
right.
that's what happens. Alcohol is really not great, people.
No, it's not. I
We
mean,
do
although
wine whenever, but
we do. Right. I mean, sometimes
everything in moderation, please. Everything in moderation.
yes, yes. I mean, sometimes it does go left. And I understand where Janet was coming from, Jasmine was coming from.
Right. We
And
never understand where Janet's coming from.
no, I honestly I don't. And I don't. I don't ever understand where Janet's coming from because I
I
think
don't
she
either.
is the most performative person on this cast. I
Yeah.
think that she is out for herself and there's nothing I feel like there's no redeeming qualities. And I'm that person who wants to believe there's good in all,
I know
right? I'm
you
always
are.
that person.
I
I
know you
cannot
are.
find the good in Janet. I can't. I seriously
People,
can't.
she could find the good in Teresa and she can't find the good in Janet. That
I
should speak
can. I
volumes
can.
to everyone here.
Yes, I can.
I mean,
I
enough said.
I know, I know. It's so true. It's so true. I can't find any good in Janet. I
There's
can't.
not. She's very performative. She's got her husband crying because she has to take care of him. Could you imagine
Yeah.
living with that?
No.
It can't be good.
No. No, it can't be
So
good.
Brittany's surgery, I know she got out of surgery at 1:50. I know she had to be there super early. I'm thinking it was like a 5-hour surgery,
It was
which
probably
isn't
long. I think they did a
I was
lot.
gonna say, which isn't that bad. The doctor comes out and says everything went well. Kristen and Zack are there, them taking selfies.
I'm
with
sorry, but
her.
I loved it. Brittany will love it too when she sees
Brittany
it.
will
Like,
totally love it too when she sees it.
right.
So, so funny. They're driving her
And
home.
even Brittany saying, "Don't make me laugh, don't make me laugh." And Zach's trying not to make her laugh, but everything he says is gonna make her laugh because that's just who
Is
Zach is.
He's hysterical. He's
Yeah.
hysterical. I mean, they drive her home. I can't even believe she's up walking already. I mean, she literally just had a tummy tuck and liposuction, never mind the boobs. But a tummy tuck alone, like, I thought honestly, I thought when you had a tummy tuck, you were, like, bent over for, like, 2 weeks.
No, they want you up and moving right away.
I know
They
they
want
do.
everything circulating. They want all your blood circulating. They
Right.
want you up and moving ASAP. That's what they want.
Right.
But those stairs, that was like the biggest flight of stairs I've ever seen in my life. Like I have a two-story house and I have an upstairs, but when I saw that flight of stairs, I said to myself, that is the biggest flight of stairs I've ever seen in my life.
That's a big flight of stairs, and I felt bad, like, Kristen's like, I didn't really think about this."
Right, the jackrabbit thing. I
My
was
god.
dying.
Like, too bad they didn't have it's funny because I was thinking about this. I thought at one of Brittany's parties, they did have a bedroom on the first floor because I thought Nia went to breastfeed in that bedroom, but maybe I'm thinking of I must be thinking of somebody else's house because I would assume if she had a whole bedroom set up on the first floor, she would have
That would have
stayed
been
on the first
ideal.
floor.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
I mean, at least for
If
the
there was a
night, and then if
bathroom
she had to
if there
get
was a
upstairs to
yeah,
shower. Yeah, 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 yeah.
yeah.
I'm incredibly jealous about her smaller boobs, though. I can't say that enough.
I mean, she was so
Um,
happy to be able to lay down
she's
and
like,
see over her
I can
breasts.
see over my boobs." I hear you, girl. I hear you. Schwartzy goes to visit Jason and Jasmine shows up. Jasmine
Of cou
brings up
of course, he
Jason having
brings a
her back
plant.
last year. Yes, of course, Schwartzy brought a plant. So I did think that that was kind of weird. Like now, all of a sudden, Jasmine is like, I mean, I guess it's nice that she's thanking Jason for having her back, but I'm so conflicted in this because she's also thanking Janet, but Janet accused Danny of sexually assaulting you and you had to shut that down. So did she have your back or was she trying to put Nia and Danny in a bad light because Jax was looking like the villain and Jax didn't want to look like the villain. So Jax wanted Danny to look like the villain and Janet and Jason were doing what they had to do for Jax. That's how I
That's
took
ex
it.
that's exactly how it is, I think. I mean, initially, I thought, "Okay, that's good that Jasmine's now realizing that they had her back." But like you said, it wasn't really that. It was about Jax.
It was totally about Jax.
It was about Jax, and how
Maybe
sad is
not
that?
necessarily Jason, but definitely Janet. Definitely Janet.
I mean, I think Jason too, because Jason is the one who always called Jax when he was in rehab.
I
Jason was
know.
always the one there for Jax. I mean, Jason
I
was
know.
Jax's boy. And I feel like now Jason, like, he doesn't have anybody, right? I
No.
mean,
Remember
Danny and
earlier in
Jesse,
the season when Janet was on Watch What Happens Live? And I think Andy basically asked, like, "Oh, are you guys still in contact with Jax?" And her response was like, I forget what she said, but it was like, like basically like, "Well, we know, whatever, like we don't condone that behavior," or really? You did last year.
yeah, she did last year. I feel like Jason and Janet right now are like on their island because they don't
Yeah.
have anybody. They don't
No.
have Zach. They don't have Luke. They don't have Jesse. They don't have Danny. They only had Jax.
Right. And
So
and Jax doesn't serve them anymore because he's not on the show.
now that Jax is gone, what are they gonna do?
Right.
And I feel
Right.
like Jasmine is like I feel like I hate to say this because I feel like she's being like the sacrificial lamb, and she's like, "All right, I'm gonna come over here, and I'm gonna be like, 'Thank
Yes.
you for having my back,' because you guys need somebody on your side because nobody
Right.
else is on your side."
Right. Who do they got? They got Schwartzy going over there. I mean, Lala
Right.
rides for Janet, Michelle rides for Janet.
I know,
But
but Lala and Michele are not enough because they're not a
right,
couple. They don't have any
right.
couples, right?
Yeah.
I don't know. I
Yeah, I
don't
mean,
like it.
we
I
saw their
honestly, I don't
failed game night.
yeah, yeah. That was horrible.
That was terrible. Okay, so Schwartzy brings in a mariachi band as a surprise.
That
It's
was
so
freaking
good.
hysterical. That was hysterical.
It's so good, so good. And then we get to a very emotional part with Michelle and Jesse, and, love them or hate them. This was I don't know. This was a great scene. Michelle says that, their first coffee was 10 years ago that day. I didn't realize he's 10 years older than her. Did you
I
realize
didn't
that?
realize that. No, I did not realize that. I did
Yeah.
not. He doesn't look it. He certainly doesn't
He
act it.
doesn't look it at all. He apologizes to her and says that he overreacted in San Diego. He says, "I haven't signed the papers because there's no papers to sign," and she's like, "Yeah, there are," and she pulls them right out.
This right here, this was chef's kiss.
Yeah,
This right here, what Michelle did, having those papers to pull them out in front of him
on
on
camera,
camera,
for sure,
this was chef's kiss. I give Michelle 5 stars for this. She just won it for me, honestly.
for sure.
I've never seen a better divorce proceeding on camera
Yeah,
than this right there. Like, that was perfect.
yeah, and he's like, "Yeah, I'll sign it, and I'll send you an email."
What was the email about? I didn't understand that. What was
Well,
that?
I think basically he was saying like, "Oh, yeah, 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 I'll sign them and I'll send you an email," like, I guess with a signed copy, but he didn't sign them right there,
Yeah.
but, whatever. Michelle starts to cry and she says, "I just wanna be happy again." Listen, I'm sure losing her mom's playing into all of this,
Definitely,
and, then
definitely.
she was with that guy Aaron, and then that didn't work out, which, I mean, his dog's name was Kilo, so you're
Right,
probably better off that that
right.
didn't work out.
Enough said, enough said.
I mean,
Like,
come on. But, she says she remembers the good times they had and that this is sad, and then they flash back with them too. I'm like, "Oh my god, with the fucking flashbacks tonight." Like, I can't.
she was
I
so young.
Oh, she
They
was
were
so
babies.
young.
She was
And
so
listen, for
young.
me as a viewer, I appreciate that. I appreciate you showing me those times that they had and her acknowledging that there were good times because
I do
when we
too.
met them, we didn't know them. When we met them, they were in such a tumultuous place with each other.
Right, right.
So I appreciate seeing them not even if it's just stills, even if it's just photos, I appreciate seeing them when they were not in that tumultuous place.
No, I do too. I mean, I love seeing that they got engaged in Paris in front of the Eiffel
Yeah.
Tower. I mean,
Yeah.
that's like dreams. Those are goals. Those
Mhm.
are engagement goals.
For sure. Yeah, so that's how it ends. That's it. Good episode, though.
It
I was
was
a
a good
fan.
episode. And I think that there's a lot to come. I really think that there's a lot to come that we're gonna see when they start, showing us, still this season.
I just listen, and people I'm not defending Dan. I'm not saying that Danny's not doing anything wrong. He's obviously doing something wrong. I just don't want this to be the whole fucking show again. I don't
Right.
want this to be a whole season of this. And look at what are we on? We're on episode 9, and again, this is what we got.
Yeah. Yeah, I wanna see more that's going on. I wanna see more depth. I wanna see what's
Yeah.
going on with Lala and her family
Right.
and her
Right.
and Sosa and her mother and her brother that she lives with, right? Why can't we see
Right.
that? I mean, I
So,
think we're
because
gonna
here's the
see
thing, like everything else, what's the ultimate goal? What are you trying to do? Are you trying to get Danny and Nia off the show? They're kind of fan favorites right now. Like, even if people are hating on Danny, they're not hating on Nia. So people don't want them off the show. What's the goal? What are we doing here?
right.
They're not leaving. They're not getting off the show. So you're gonna keep pursuing this? You're just making yourself look bad.
I think we're gonna see Jasmine's wedding, right? Isn't that
Oh, I
happen?
do think we're gonna see Jasmine's wedding, and
Right.
I'm excited about that. Part of me wished it was in New Jersey, but I don't think it is.
Oh, it's not? I thought it was gonna be in New Jersey.
That's what I thought too, but I mean, maybe it is. Maybe what we saw was like a bachelorette or a shower or something.
Okay. I mean,
I
I
don't know.
hope
It
it's
looked
in New
like it was in a
Jersey because
nicer I mean, listen, I love New Jersey, but it looked like it was in a nicer
place in New Jersey?
season. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah.
All right, we'll have to wait and see what happens.
Yeah, we will. We will. All right, I think that's it. We're approaching the
All
hour.
right. Thank you for watching and listening. Please subscribe and give us 5-star reviews. Bye.
Bye.